Welcome to cyberSmarts, a program where we feature trending topics in the cyber world. In this episode, we will be talking about our social responsibility in the digital world. The use of social media is ubiquitous and cuts across all age groups, social classes, and cultures. However, the increased use of these media platforms is accompanied by a number of ethical concerns that, if not addressed, can have numerous long-term implications for internet users, not only in the cyber world, but in their everyday life as well. Just as we're taught to act responsibly in everyday life, with lessons such as being kind and considerate to others, we must act responsibly in the cyber world as well. Given that over 62% of the world's population is online, without proper cyber etiquette or netiquette, as we can also call it, the digital world can become a hostile place of pretenses, false comfort, and misinformed facts. This can sometimes lead to unfortunate events such as cyberbullying and online scamming. When you're online, it's important that you know how to use technology without creating a negative environment for other people. We can do this by always being mindful of the content and context of what we post. Here are a few things to keep in mind before posting and sharing online. Number 1, remember the human. What frequently gets people into trouble when communicating online is that they easily forget that they're communicating with real people. There's a human behind the words you're reading. It's easier to make a negative comment or reply in a negative manner because you're looking at text on screen rather than looking someone in the eyes. The internet gives us a false sense of anonymity, although nothing is ever really anonymous on the internet. It's also easy to misread the context of someone's words when you can't see their facial expressions or body language. How often have you read something that you thought meant one thing when it really meant something quite different? Meaning can also get lost in translation when autocorrect changes your text or sloppy typing leaves out keywords. 2. Adhere to the same standards of behavior online that you would follow in real life. There's something freeing about being potentially anonymous, or at least faceless, that ignites a feeling of freedom to say things that you would never say in person. You can type it, then shut down your computer and log out of Facebook. You can ignore everyone's response, at least for a little while. But this kind of cyber behavior can still get you into trouble. It just may not be as immediate as if you were listening to the response in person. For instance, copying someone else's work can violate copyright laws. In addition, saying someone did something when they didn't could harm their reputation and be considered libelous. On a more personal level, you can risk alienating yourself from a group of friends, family members, or colleagues because of something you've written. Number 3, respect one another's privacy. The internet gives us the ability to share things at the touch of a button, but with great power comes great responsibility. An important netiquette rule is respecting the privacy of others. You should not share private details about someone without their permission, especially as a form of punishment or revenge, a practice also known as doxing. You should also avoid snooping around someone else's computer or email to find out information that normally wouldn't be accessible to you. A general rule we can follow, just like in real life, is ask ourselves whether we would like the same done to us. So, remember, before posting or sharing something that seems controversial, you might want to think twice before pressing that post or share button. Let's be cyber smart.